Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Rivals. I'm Bill Phillips, along with the coach, Tony Filberto, and we have a dandy for you. Wheeling Park Patriots 1-0, Steubenville Big Red 2-0 here at Harding Stadium tonight on what is an absolutely sensational night for high school football in early September. Last week, Coach, we were roasting down on the field. Tonight, comfortable, great weather, two great teams. Should be a heck of a matchup.
Perfect night for football. About 70 degrees, low humidity. Two good football teams that have proven, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And these may be two of the best in the Valley right now. So we'll find out tonight.
Let's talk about Wheeling Park. They come into the game. What do you like about what they're doing? They've only had 1 week. But what a big win in week number 1 to come up with that stop late against St. Clairsville.
Well, I congratulated Coach Doc before the game. 11 new starters on offense. Now his defense is back, but 11 new starters. What a great job he has done. He opens up with St. Clairsville, plays Big Red week 2. I figure he was on vacation when they were doing the scheduling then.
Let's see, view of the game tonight, and here's a couple of keys for Wheeling Park. Play well early. Make sure it's almost like take care when they come out with that wave of momentum. Make sure you're playing well so you can keep them at bay and match Big Red's intensity. For Big Red, tackle in space. When they get that ball to the outside receivers, Coach, I imagine you have to make a play in space.
They have great speed. I've always said, the teams in the Valley when I was at Weir High that can match us in speed were, Steubenville and Wheeling Park. And so we'll see two speed teams. Park has the speed. They have to tackle out in space.
And great first step on offense and protect the football. That was the second key for head coach Reno Suckoch tonight as his team gets ready for Wheeling Park. The two teams want to stay on that unbeaten path. And Big Red, how much of an advantage, Coach, does Big Red have going into this game? Because they've played 2 and Wheeling Park has played 1. But I would imagine any emotional carryover probably nullified because it's a big win, but then you turn around and you get Big Red. You better be ready mentally.
Well, you get better in game night. You only get better by playing games. But your biggest improvement, as we're told, is between week 1 and week 2. That's where Wheeling Park is. They played superbly last week, so I'd like to see the improvement that they're going to make this week.
All right, it's Wheeling Park and Steubenville Big Red. It's coming up in just a second. We're going to take a quick timeout. Back with the kickoff right after this.
The Bordas & Bordas Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9 is sponsored by Bordas & Bordas, WMC, Reese Becks, United Dairy, West Liberty University, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, and Wendy's.
And welcome back to Harding Stadium, everybody. Bill Phillips on with the coach, Tony Filberto. And, Coach, what a matchup tonight. Early season matchup of a couple of powers in the Ohio Valley. Wheeling Park and Steubenville Big Red. And Big Red will kick off to start tonight's ball game. And they will be kicking off with a dangerous return man back deep for Wheeling Park.
Well, he's got a lot of speed, and they call him Tank. For a fast guy, it's kind of a strange name. Hawkins, boy, he ran in the Junior Olympics and deadly out in space.
Ray Hawkins, number 4. So we'll be interested to see what Big Red does against him in terms of their kick. There's a look at special teams coach Pompa for Steubenville Big Red, getting his players lined up out at the 40-yard line. Hayden Hicks, number 84, will kick off to start the game for Steubenville Big Red. Just a freshman, 5'11", 145 pounds, back deep. Will James and Hawkins. Hawkins will line up to the near side. James to the far side. They're both lined up inside the 10-yard line. In front of them, Brothers and Sheila. Hard on the ground, squib kick, big bounce. It's the 20-yard line. Sheelick takes the kick there. He breaks to the outside, stopped at about the 28-yard line.
You always want to keep your return team inside the 30, and the squib kick was a good call on Coach Suckoch's part. Not give the speed the opportunity to take it down the field.
So Wheeling Park will take over 1st and 10, officially at the 28-yard line. We'll get to there's a look at your offensive starters. Brett Phillips, number 3. He is the signal man for Wheeling Park, and we have a flag on the field. Offside. Phillips, Nick Stevens, Sheelick, Hawkins, James, Parsons, Webb, Miller, Hogan, and Akeley up front doing the blocking. And Coach really, people talk about the skill position players at Big Red, but this defensive front seven has really gotten after it in the first 2 weeks.
At great speed, but you can see they all have skill numbers on the majority of them, so they have a lot of speed on the field.
We'll get the Big Red defensive starters in just a moment. 1st and 10 from the 33 after the penalty. Phillips is going to roll out. He's got Hawkins open. He's at the sideline. Room to run. He steps out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And Phillips, a nice little roll, turns his shoulders, coach, and delivers a strike.
He just rolled out, got perimeter on it, the comeback route, a flood route, 2 men, 2 receivers, 1 defender, and he threw underneath.
Here's a look at your defensive starters. We'll set them in just a moment, but you get a look at them. Ostovich on the defensive line. Defensive end, Mamula, Fleming, Thorne, Kinney, James, Hopkins, Buggs, Jones, Siriano, and Sims. Your defense for Steubenville Big Red taking on this Wheeling Park offense. And Hawkins, he's going to get the end around, and he has a blocker out in front. He has another first down out across midfield, and he's down to about the 41-yard line of Steubenville Big Red. And Coach, it appears that Coach Doherty has decided, I'm going to get him the ball one way or the other.
Give him the football. You get your athletes. I talked to him before the game. He said he's not only fast, he's football fast. So he has that great athletic ability and football sense.
Hawkins, 5'9", 150 pounds. Phillips gets the signals from the sideline. He relays them to the receivers, and he's going to roll near side. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to run out of time. And coming through quickly is Hopkins, number 10 for Steubenville Big Red. Ball came out late. No fumble on the play.
You can see he tried the same rollout, but the defensive end played good contain, and the rest of the pursuit was there. You're not going to outrun this Big Red defense. You'll see good contain. He makes step inside and good pursuit from the inside.
You can get a shot across the way on one of these plays. You see the coach go over, relay it to 3 players that all have different colored vests on, and then they signal in. So you have to make sure you're watching the right colored vest. Handoff on 2nd down. Hopkins for a 2nd straight play. Stuffs the running back in the hole, and it'll be 3rd down and 11 for Wheeling Park. Now, Coach, you've gone to the run the first 2 plays here on this drive. Phillips, carried, not necessarily looking to run, looking to put it up, get him on the corner. You like him getting to the edge?
I like him getting to the edge. A tackle to tackle, this Big Red bunch is going to be tough to run against. They can get their speed on the perimeter, throw the ball to the flat, but I'm not sure running inside is the way to attack Big Red.
Just at the top of your screen, you can see the 3 players with the 3 different colored vests on as they signal in the plays. As Phillips sets up in the shotgun, and he's getting backside pressure. Hawkins has it. He's got room to run. Splits 2 defenders, still on his feet, taken down short of the first down. And it looks like it was Sims making the stop. Indeed, it was Talik Sims, number 21. But you see he's electric when Hawkins gets the football.
Well, was it 5 plays now? He's touched the ball 3 times. The slip screen, as we used to call this, blocks with the inside people, comes underneath of it, and he lets his athletic ability take over. Gives him a 4th down that's manageable. I see a flag on the field, though.
I don't know if it's a legal substitution. Number 4 is going off through a flag. Apparently the flag was just to get everyone's attention.
Well, I think he's going to wave it off. I think he may have had an injury and he wants him off the field.
Big 4th down here. 4th and 2 at the Big Red 33. First possession for Wheeling Park on a beautiful Friday night in the Ohio Valley for high school football. Bordis and Bordis. Friday night rivals. Phillips is going to go right, and he's going to keep, and he's going to run out of room. that play blown up on the corner just did not develop in Big Red's defensive line, Coach. We talked about it. They crashed that end, and Wheeling Park wasn't ready for it.
Just a ton of speed. He tried to roll out. Looked like it was a design run, and Tyleek Sims, wasn't going to happen. He comes off the corner, ended up being a 2, 3, 4 yard loss. What a big hit.
Big stop for Big Red. Unfortunately for Wheeling Park, they are turned away. And Wheeling Park will be on defense, and now it is 1st and 10 for Big Red at the 36. And we saw how quickly they could score last week against New Philadelphia. First drive went about 97 yards for a touchdown. And I think it was about 3 or 4 plays off the top of my head.
3 or 4 plays.
Ostovich gets it back, and he might have a half a foot. They'll bring him 2nd and long.
Yeah, a little bit of a mix-up in the exchange, center quarterback exchange, threw the timing off.
Now, Coach, the one thing that we both noticed, first 2 games of the season with Peyton Hill, the quarterback for Steubenville Big Red, lots of composure. Nothing seems to fluster him. As you take a look at the Big Red offense, Hill, James, Thorne, Pierce, Sewell, Kinney, Daly, Geary, Mamula, Harris, and Tuttle. Greg Mamula, the scholar athlete of the week this week from Steubenville Big Red, as Peyton Hill will line up in the shotgun. Pierce will come in motion across the formation, swing it outside. Siriano has it. Nico. And he's going to pick up maybe a yard, and he'll bring up 3rd down and long for Steubenville Big Red on the stop for Wheeling Park. That is number 6, Eric Brothers.
Brothers, that's a football family in this Ohio Valley for many, many years. Big Red little swing screen, and Siriano gets run down by this Park defense.
There's a look at the Wheeling Park defense. You mentioned Brothers. He is right there in the middle of it. The linebacker, and a solid defense. A lot of returners coming back. They know how to get it done on defense. As Roddy James Jr. had a big game last week. Goes for about 5 yards to bring up a 4th down and about 4.5 yards, Coach.
This doesn't surprise me. As your 4th down, yep. There's Coach Suckosh. It looks like he may go for it.
They try and draw him off. Peyton Hill to throw, looks outside, and it is incomplete. Little too far outside. Intended receiver, Inky Jones. It falls incomplete, and Wheeling Park will take over on downs. We are scoreless in the first quarter from Harding Stadium. And welcome back, everybody. Friday night rivals, Wheeling Park and Steubenville Big Red. First quarter, scoreless, 7:22 to go in the quarter. Coach, little, few jabs landed by each team, the feeling out process going on. What do you think after the first 2 possessions?
Well, both teams had some positive things. Coach Suckosh shows the confidence he has in his defense by going for 4th down, and let's see how they respond.
Stevens split to the near side wearing number 2. Again, Stevens, number 2. He'll be man-to-man there across the formation. Phillips will throw. He finds an open man. Ball comes loose. It is incomplete. Never tucked and held on the pass. Number 5. The intended receiver. Lynn James Jr., 6'1", 155-pounder, and couldn't hold on to it. Hit right away. Brandon Kinney, number 43. And the one thing about Brandon Kinney, he's going to bring the heat.
When he hits you, you know you're hit. Yeah, he jarred the ball loose. Good throw. Actually, I thought he was going to secure it, and Kinney jarred it loose.
Kinney, senior, 6'2", 215 pounds, and he just continues to get better, Coach. 2nd down and long. Ball at the 42 for Wheeling Park. Phillips to throw again. Looks for James again. This time he hangs onto it. Still on his feet. And he'll have the 1st down down at the 30-yard line. Finally stopped by Hopkins, number 10, for Big Red.
He came back with the exact same play that he ran the previous play. He finds the open receiver, and he just runs a stop route because the defense is off, and gets a 1st down.
Sheelick split to the far outside. James in the slot. Hawkins and Stevens to the near side. Phillips rolls to his right, looks outside, and it is incomplete.
He's getting a lot of pressure from that front. He's not going to be able to hold the ball very long. They probably will throw a lot of underneath routes or little hooks and hitch routes.
Coach, good size along that Wheeling Park line. 6'2", 270, 6'2", 317, 6'1", 300, 6'4", 295, 6 foot 255 is the smallest player on that offensive line. So it is big. The question is, will it be able to handle the speed that Big Red's going to present it? It'll be very interesting to see how that goes. It's an interesting chess match. Phillips back to pass. Gets some pressure. Looks outside. Stevens has it. He will be thrown down by Sims at the 25-yard line. A pickup of about 5 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Wheeling Park.
If we see on the replay, again, it's just about a 5-step drop. The underneath route, the open receiver, forcing Big Red off and just get the 5 yards and put your athletes in space.
Stevens will split to the near side on 3rd and 5, and then across the way it is James, Hawkins, and Sheelick for Wheeling Park. Phillips is going to roll right, gets pressure. Ostovich, and he throws it up, and it's going to be incomplete. Closest to the pass was Rodney James Jr. and Ostovich will get your attention as a quarterback coach coming off that defensive end.
Oh, boy. We saw it last week, and we're seeing it again this week. He doesn't give the quarterback much time to make his reads. If the first read's not there, he's got to get rid of the football. Gets so much pressure. We'll see Ostovich come off the corner, and the athlete that he is, he'll chase the quarterback down.
Wheeling Park is going to call a timeout. We will take a timeout as well as Wheeling Park decides what play they want to run on 4th and 5 deep inside Big Red territory. We're back with more right after this. And welcome back, everybody. Wheeling Park, Big Red, scoreless first quarter, 4th and 5 from the 25 for Wheeling Park coming up. And we have the kindness can, Big Red cheerleaders ready to go, getting everybody ready for tonight's game. All the action right now. We go back to that action on 4th and 5 from the 25. And Phillips is going to throw it up for James, and it is going to be caught. Touchdown, Wheeling Park. James with a tremendous catch with a man draped all over him. Comes up with a touchdown catch. Special catch from James. Phillips gives his man a chance to make the play.
He just throws the ball deep off of a 3-step and lets his athlete run under it. Good coverage, good catch, and James comes down with the football.
Take another look at it here, Coach.
Yeah. Okay. He has a little bit of time. He throws it out there. It becomes a jump ball, and James comes down with it. Good coverage.
Aiden Ford got number 37 on to attempt the extra point. We have an official timeout down on the field, and the penalty would have been against Steubenville Big Red. 2 flags came in, but James makes the catch, and it's just a tremendous play on his part.
We're going to see
Take another look
again.
here. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, again, there's the interference. We see the drag across. Good concentration from James. Cradles the football and brings it and secures it.
Problem there for the defensive back. The ball's a little underthrown, so he's trying to run by. All of a sudden, he gets caught up in the wash.
Right. He looks at the eyes of the receiver, and that should take him to the ball.
Extra point is up. Extra point is good. And with 5:45 to go in the first quarter of play, it is Wheeling Park, the Patriots, on top of Steubenville Big Red by a score of 7-0 on a tremendous 4th and 5 play from the Patriots. Phillips to James, and there's a good look at the wide receiver for Wheeling Park, Junior. Wide receiver, defensive back, 6'1", 155 pounds.
Good-sized receiver. If he makes it a jump ball, but he underthrows it, and he makes the catch, secures the ball, made a nice catch for the touchdown.
Take another look.
Right.
The outside, that was Big Red on 4th down, incomplete. And now here's a look at Wheeling Park and James making a nice play there and shedding tacklers. Now the touchdown pass. And just great concentration for James. Never lost sight of where that ball was. Right. Had it all the way. And, Coach, now the question is, Big Red's not in this situation very often where all of a sudden they're down early in the game. But no panic. But Wheeling Park, how do you, the vibe on the sidelines to make sure everybody just keeps heading in the right direction?
Keep chugging, yeah. Coach Suckoff's been in a lot of football games over the years, and I'm sure a few times it's been down early. This Big Red team will come out and do the things that they do best and keep this a football game.
And Wheeling Park?
Wheeling Park got to be excited because they said early we got to stay in this game, and early they have stayed in this game and taken the lead.
End over end kick will come down in the end zone for a touchback, but Wheeling Park may have gone offside, so we'll see what the call is. And they may have to re-kick, or Big Red may take it, or wherever the officials decide to put it. We'll have to see what they want to do. See what the call
I'm
is.
guessing they're going to have them re-kick.
No. Delay a game, not offsides. Delay a game against Wheeling Park. So now they'll kick it from the 50.
And they kicked it up because they took the penalty from they took the touchdown, so the penalty was added to the kickoff.
Worker to do the kicking, number 28. Senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds, approaches the ball and gets into it. Good end-over-end kick. That is into the end zone about 5 yards deep. It'll be called the touchback, and Big Red will take over 1st and 10.
Touchback.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, Coach.
I think Big Red will come out and try to establish this run game that they're so good at and play Big Red football.
Hopkins in at fullback. Rodney James Jr. in the I formation. He is going to go ahead for about 3 yards on 1st down.
It's a counter that's so basic in their offense. Hold backside guard and lead with the fullback.
Running for 100 years.
At least 100 years.
And the thing is, they've run it so much, they've perfected it, because you would think you could recognize it and stop it, but it doesn't happen.
You still have to stop it. They do it so well you can't stop it.
On 2nd down and 7, James to the outside. He'll get out to about the 25-yard line. Pick up of a couple on the stop for Wheeling Park. Colton Thomas, number 45. Senior linebacker, 5'11", 225, 215, I should say.
Good football players. Played here for a couple of years.
A lot of talk about Wheeling Park's 11 new players on offense, but the defense, they've been together a while.
Oh, yeah. They've had 7 back on defense.
Pearson in motion. Peyton Hill swings it outside. Inky Jones, and he is going to be tackled short of 1st down yardage, coming up and crashing the play. Defensive backs taking a look at it, Coach.
It just shows the fast screen, and Park read it well. Come off the block, makes a tackle.
Zalaski, number 9, he came up, made the play. Initially, got some help. Sheila came up as well, and right now it is 4th and 1. And you wonder about possibly a quick kick. We'll see what the formation is. Big Red comes out. Looks like they want to run the football.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Rodney James Jr. with the 1st down. He'll have enough for the 1st down. And you have to believe, for the Big Red coaching staff, we've got to be able to get 1 yard.
Absolutely.
They're confident that they can get 1 yard.
When they're running power as much as they run power, and they're good at it. And watch the blocking downfield. No one releases the block. They're still blocking downfield. That offensive front works very well together for Big Red. A lot of confidence Coach Suckoff has in those guys.
A lot of people see Rodney James and they think of perhaps a breakaway runner, but he is tough inside. He's got some power.
Well, I saw him on the sidelines. He is the biggest 190 I've ever seen.
Peyton Hill tipped by Hopkins, and it falls incomplete. Ivan Bugg split to the near side for Steubenville Big Red. I formation. Now we have a flag down. Good look at Big Red head coach Reno Suckach. Not pleased with the start of this game, I would imagine.
No. But I've seen him not pleased at the end of a great game, too. Always got to get better. Always got to get better.
Always got to get better.
Always got to get better.
Baton Hill drops, has time, throws it in the dirt, throws it away as everyone was covered on the play, so he'll take the incompletion.
Park's doing an outstanding job on defense. You know, they're covering the wideouts. They're bringing pressure inside, not giving Big Red time to make their reads also. So these two defenses are both doing great jobs.
Braden Hupp, Rayford, Howell, Saya up front on defense. Getting after Peyton Hill right now. Hill in the Big Red offense faces 3rd and 15. They swing it outside, and it is incomplete. Hawkins on the coverage for Wheeling Park. Ball goes incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 15, and this time, Coach, you have to figure Big Red may kick it away.
Oh, I think they're going to kick it. They came out 5 wide, which we don't see him 5 wide very often. He wanted to get the ball to his receiver, his athlete out in space to get the first down. Didn't make the completion.
Lee Sewell incomplete, the intended receiver, number 19.
Sophomore.
Brandon Kinney to punt. Sideline to kick, fair catch called for and taken at the 43-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot it closer to the 44, and Wheeling Park will have good field position to start this drive with 3:01 left in the first quarter of play. And the Park Patriots, they lead at 7-0 over Steubenville Big Red.
We're seeing Park come out, and I think what they're doing is just part of their offense. If you don't have a defender over their inside receiver, they may just throw the ball to him. That's what they did 2 or 3 times in the last series. Let's see if that's what's happening. The uncovered receiver.
Monday, number 14 in the backfield with Brett Phillips on this 1st and 10 play from the 44-yard line. Sheelick and James split to the far side of the field. Near side, it's Hawkins and Stevens.
Yep.
Pass is incomplete. A little bit too tall.
Yeah.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 10. And Coach, no run game so far for Wheeling Park. If they may be just part of the game plan. This is what we see. This is how we can win.
I think Big Red's giving up 64 yards a game rushing. You're not going to get much running the football. They are having some success throwing the football, throwing the short route to the inside receiver. They threw the deep route to James for the touch. So they're having success throwing the football. You know, Phillips, that's another football family. His brothers played at Park and at West Liberty. Father's a coach.
He rolls to the right. Kinney there. Kinney's going to take him down before he gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. We have a flag on the play. Looks like holding, Coach.
It's in the holding area anyhow, you know, and they're in the interior line. And you know, Phillips is a good athlete, but man, outrunning that Big Red defense is going to be tough. Let's see, holding penalty.
Really putting pressure on that line up front. If you're going to pass on every down, it'll be that short, quick hitters, because eventually the Big Red defense has had a lot of success in the first 2 games. Here's Coach Doherty.
Yeah, and I imagine at some point Big Red's going to bring more heat and play a challenge man-to-man coverage against them, so they can't throw that little quick route.
Wheeling Park now facing a 2nd and 23 from their own 31-yard line. The Patriots 1-0 and up 7-0, feeling good about themselves. Why not? Whoa, Harper. We couldn't find his number 73 last week.
We found it. Yeah, we found as soon as he walked on the field last week. We couldn't find a number, but we sure found him.
Well, it's still on the program today, 74. But he's making everyone realize 73 is Javen Harper.
He's a good one. You watch him here. They tried to block him, but it just wasn't going to happen.
Just a sophomore, 6'2", 265 pounds.
He's a good one.
Defensive holding. I didn't see the flag, Coach.
I didn't either.
Wheeling Park looking to benefit from that call as they line up for now a 2nd down and 14 after the big stop from Harper. There you can see the three amigos,
right,
with the different colored vests giving the signals. And a delay of game penalty now against Wheeling Park. Coach Doherty went over. Guys, we've got to get the play in a little quicker. That's the only thing I could think he would tell him. Is he sent him down the field. Go down there. Go down there. Give the signals. Phillips shows the near side. He has Stevens wide open at the 41-yard line. Steps inside, but Kinney's there to wrap him up. And we have a flag across the field over at the 48-yard line, but the stop came at the 42 of Wheeling Park.
If we see the play, if we get the replay, the rollout, Phillips was getting some pressure, but again, they're running a two-man flood underneath deep route, and they threw it underneath. Let's see.
We're going to see the play coming towards us. The penalty was across the field on the other side. We take a look there. Nice move from Stevens, tries to get inside, and then Kinney just finishes him off.
Right.
With the hold on the other side of the field. Now they have a hold. They keep indicating against Big Red, but they're marking off the other direction. So
these guys are getting straight.
They're starting to get confused, and Coach Suckouch is starting to get a little hot. The Patriots are getting a little upset with it as well. Like, okay, let's get this right, guys. Well, they have it set. 2nd down and 9 at the 45. Coach will take that. Let's play some football.
Absolutely.
Been 2nd down for a year and a half now.
Yeah, let's take it out of the officials' hands. Let's play some ball.
Phillips throws outside. James has it. Rodney James Jr. there. He makes the stop after maybe closer to a loss than it was a gain. It may be right at the actual line of scrimmage.
I love the open field tackling. You see how he didn't commit. He settled. He looked at the receiver. He's going to just get him to the ground and secure. Watch the tackle over here.
That was one of the keys that Reno Suckouch talked about, tackling in space.
Right there it is. It's something you practice every day, is tackling in space. Kid did a great job.
3 receivers to the near side. 3rd down and 9. Clock running inside a minute. Phillips pressured. He is not going to get away. This time coming up from behind, Bazika, number 23 for Steubenville Big Red. Gavin Bazika, the junior, 6 foot, 235 pounder. It just seems like they just roll out those defensive linemen, Coach.
Absolutely. And Hopkins, the linebacker, number 10 was in there putting some pressure also. You're not going to get much time against this Big Red defense. Throw the football. If you're first read in there, you better tuck it and run.
Vico Siriano going back. He's at about his 30-yard line right now as Wheeling Park makes the decision to kick the ball away. And Phillips is indeed the punter for the Patriots of Wheeling Park.
Yeah, they had 5 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to call a timeout.
And the game clock will run out before the play clock, so that'll be the end of the first quarter. When we come back, Wheeling Park will kick it away. Wheeling Park with the lead, 7-0 over Steubenville Big Red. We've got a good one going on. Make sure you stay with us, everybody. There it is, Coach. A lot of history right there on that wall. 4-time state champs, 5-time state runner-up, 18-time regional champions, 32 times in the postseason. That needs updated.
Yes, it does. That's impressive.
Phillips on the punt. He is going to kick it away. Ball is going to be off the side of his foot, bounce at about the 35, and go out of bounds. Big Red should have good field position at about the 33 or so. And Phillips takes a little heat out of the kitchen a little bit. Now, the thing about the Big Red numbers that we just looked at, there's years of numbers before all the playoff numbers where they undefeated team after undefeated team back in the day.
Yeah, until the last 40 years or so, playoffs weren't something that anyone even considered. Maybe 4 teams would make it in the entire state. So, playoff football hasn't really been something that we've watched until 40 years ago. And some of us can talk about 40 years ago.
United Dairy, first down. And, Coach, what does Big Red need to do to get this offensive started, or is it more about what they need to figure out against that Park defense?
I don't think they need to figure out. I think they just keep running their offense and believe in what they're
Hill
doing.
wide open. Sims at the 40-yard line. He cuts inside, gets a block from Inky Jones. Back outside is the 25. Down to the 20-yard line, and Coach,
there you go.
he called it. Don't worry about it. Just run your offense.
Run your offense. That's a base play in their offense, and they've been running that for years. They're good at it. But we'll see. Now, I think there must have been a mix-up in coverage because he was wide open. And that Sims is just a terrific athlete. They're running power now.
Rodney James Jr. is going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
Gain of 5, on first down inside the 20, 15.
Coach, we are in the WMC Breast Care Center peak zone. Handoff. James Jr. straight ahead this time, and he leans his way down to about the 11-yard line. On the stop for Wheeling Park, number 51. Number 51, Junior.
I see Ostovich is coming in the ball game. I'm a betting man that he's probably going to get the football here on 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Hopkins is going to lead the way for him if they do indeed give the football to him. Peyton Hill. And now we have a penalty. And I think it should be a sideline warning against Steubenville Big Red.
Coach Suckosh wouldn't get a sideline warning.
One of the you have to have it, but it's one of the most irritating things. You got the get back, Coach. You have to have a good get back, Coach.
It wasn't on the coach, it was on the team. They were up in beyond the line.
Yep. 3rd and 1. Ostovich straight ahead. I'll tell you what, he gets the first down, but great penetration coming through. We talked about him before, number 45, Colton Thomas. Heck of a player. He's a senior. He knows to get that nose for the football.
He does.
That linebacker.
They're going to give it to him again.
Ostovich, and there's he is again.
Colton Thomas again. Somebody got to block the linebacker pretty soon.
Colton Thomas, senior, 5'11", 215, and he likes contact. And Ostovich does too, so it's an interesting matchup when they meet. But it was Thomas that wins that battle as Ostovich gains about a yard on 1st and goal from the 10. 2nd down and 9.
2 plays in a row. Ostovich has carried 2 plays in a row. Colton Thomas has made the tackles.
You thinking a little, maybe a boot or a waggle here?
Well, let's see. See if you called the right play.
Well, we'll never find out.
Well, you won't find.
My predictions are still 100%.
That's right. Remember, the difference between a good call and a bad call is outcome.
Yep. The outcome, not what Big Red wanted, as they have a motion penalty on the play. And that's going to set them back 5 yards. 2nd down and 14. 2nd down and goal from the 14. Sims in motion. Handoff. Rodney James Jr. has a corner, has a seam, and he dives down to about the 3-yard line. Stopped on the play, coming up and making a touchdown-saving tackle. That is Eric Brothers, another one of the fine linebackers from Wheeling Park.
I love the call. It's a short side of the field. It forces your team. Yep.
I formation. James still in the backfield. Hopkins in front. 3rd down and short. James Jr. into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Red. Touchdown, Rodney James Jr.
That's what your team does best. And the power play, the inside isolation, the fullback leads the tailback. Again, it's Big Red's play. Pull the backside guards, everybody blocks.
And Big Red is decided it's going to go for 2 here on the first conversion opportunity after the touchdown. So Peyton Hill will stay in. 3 receivers check into the ball game for Steubenville Big Red. And Big Red will go for 2. Hikem Edwards split to the near side. He'll go in motion. And handoff inside. Rodney James Jr. into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and Big Red has a 1-point lead. 8-7 here in the second quarter. And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Wheeling Park has the lead 7-6. When we went away, there was a flag on the play near the corner of the end zone. It was a penalty against Steubenville Big Red. They retried the 2-point conversion. They went for it. Peyton Hill, little play action.
Bootleg that we've talked about earlier. Just slightly overthrow him.
Inky Jones, the intended receiver. And it falls incomplete. And Wheeling Park maintains the 1-point lead. Golaski, in coverage for Wheeling Park on the 2-point conversion. Coach, interesting decision to go for 2 early in the ball game.
Confidence. Confidence in your team. It's not going to be a 7-6 football game. No. So it's confidence in your team. He was looking for, Coach, I'm sure was looking for that spark. I'm going to go up by 1, and our team will pick it up, but we'll stay composed being down by 1.
Agree with everything, but you know everybody at home is talking about it.
Absolutely.
Why didn't they just kick the extra point?
Yeah, and what a great call if they make the 2-point.
Oh, absolutely. Now you're up 1.
That's what I would have done.
Brilliant. Yep. That's a great thing about sports. It's fun. It's reality TV right in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Austin Roberts now into kickoff, and he will kick it down to James. Takes it at the 15, across the 20, as spins off a tackle, still on his feet. Finally taken out of bounds by Phillips. But a fine return out to the 36-yard line.
James has caught the touchdown pass earlier. Makes a nice return, gives him good field position. We always say, if you get the ball beyond the 30, you've done a good job.
Kindness camp. Everybody enjoying the game. Lots of smiles. Everybody out on a Friday night having a great time at the high school football game. Somebody else has done kindness camp.
That's what high school football is about, man.
Can't beat a good smile, Coach.
Yeah,
I love a great smile.
Having fun at a football game.
Well, every time I see you, I start talking football, you start to smile.
Well, it makes you happy.
Yep. First and 10, James on the catch, and James starting to take this game over as he is driven into the ground. Nico Suriano, and then a little push in the side of the helmet from one of the Patriots, and they just kind of usher everybody back to their own sides.
And looking at the replay, Phillips, I think this is an automatic. If you're an uncovered receiver, he's going to turn and throw the football to you. And they've done this 5 or 6 times tonight, and James is on the receiving end of that.
Suriano, good form tackling.
Absolutely. Tackling in space.
Yep.
Big suck off.
Phillips runs out of time, runs out of the pocket, looks outside, has a man open, and it is complete out at the 40-yard line, down to the 35-yard line before the receiver is stopped. Number 8, Christian Bryant. Number 8, he comes up with a reception, and it'll bring up first and 10, clock moving now.
That's one of those rare times if Phillips has had some extra time to throw the football, and this is the result. Your receivers, when you have athletes like that, are going to get open.
Coach, a draw?
Okay.
It might catch Big Red off. They've thrown on almost every play.
It might.
Backside pressure from Osovich. Screen is incomplete as Phillips takes a shot on the play, but
draw screen, very similar play.
Hunter Nixon, the intended receiver, number 35.
Right. Big Red did a good job reading screen there.
Is it more difficult on a defender to play pass every down than it is to play run?
Yeah, we as coaches, let's pass, but don't forget the draw. Now you take the kids back on their heels again. So.
And Wheeling Park has absolutely they've committed to it that they're going to throw the ball. They're not worried about the run game
right now. Well, they've had zero success with the run game. They've had some pretty good success throwing the football. So, you do what you do best.
Rodney James Jr. looks like he might want to come on the blitz, and now we have a motion penalty call against Wheeling Park. And I think just that walk up to the line from Rodney James Jr. may have gotten someone's attention and got them rolling on their heels a little bit.
Well, you're going to have to be aware where Rodney James is. It's going to be hard for that tackle to come off and pick him up, and probably communicating, and one of those linemen moved.
Brett Phillips Jr., quarterback, 6'2", 175 pounds. He has his team out in front, 7-6, with 8:13 to go here in the second quarter from Harding Stadium. I'm Bill Phillips, along with the coach, Tony Filberto, and of course, a cast of thousands from WTOV9 bringing everyone this game tonight. Happy and thrilled to be able to bring it to you live. And Stevens has the catch out near the first down yardage. And it's going to be Rodney James Jr. with the stop, but Stevens is only going to be about a yard short, Coach. He just found a soft spot and settled down.
I'm just so impressed with this young Phillips boy. This is his second start, and he's just done an outstanding job against a terrific football team. He's run this team well. He's made the right reads, thrown the ball well.
Stevens just a sophomore, and I'll tell you what, a lot of young players on this offense in a year or two.
Yep.
They're good now.
They're good now.
But, little seasoning. Hawkins goes in motion. Inside handoff, and not much. Ostovich there, number 32.
I think they're going to get back to the throw game now.
Hunter Nixon on the carry.
Fourth down.
That's a huge play on third down to set them back for the Big Red defense. And now Wheeling Park trying to decide, are we going to keep it on the ground, or are we going to put it back up top? I'm thinking going up top.
I think he's going to throw the football.
Always the chess match. Phillips is going to run. He's going to roll, I should say. Throws it up, and it is incomplete and out of bounds. And Big Red will take over. And now Hunter Nixon. Ostovich goes down, and now Hunter Nixon pushes him down on the ground. Ostovich's helmet and shoe came off. And now the coaches come out. They want the Big Red players off the field. They get Ostovich out there, but that's going to be a big penalty.
That's a big penalty
against Wheeling Park. And we'll see exactly what happened, but that's going to be 15 yards, I think, from the spot of the foul, Coach, won't it?
Yes. Yes. I don't know if it's dead ball.
The rules change so much.
Well, I don't know if it's dead ball or live ball.
Yeah. Play was over. All right, let's take a look at it here.
Dead ball. Okay.
Oh, and an ejection. That hurts
killer.
Park.
Yeah, it was from the original line of scrimmage.
But here's Phillips rolling out. A hold by Hunter Nixon, and then we lose the play there, but they're all the group of three. They're all on the ground together, and then all of a sudden you look up and Hunter Nixon's giving him a shot, and Ostovich. I'm sure some colorful language may have been exchanged, and all of a sudden someone gets hot.
Right.
But that's when you got to keep it cool. You have to keep it cool.
And the problem with the ejection is he doesn't play next week also in West Virginia. So.
And he's a good player.
He's a real good player.
He's a real good player. Peyton Hill steps up in the pocket.
There you go.
Jones down the middle at the 20. Touchdown, Big Red. 55 yards.
We'll see the
touchdown pass.
After something big, we're going to go up top, little play action, deep post pattern, and just hit him in stride. Nobody there even covering. This combination was great last week. Pretty doggone good tonight, too.
2 touchdowns last week from Hill to Jones.
Yep.
And Jones he found the seam. He has great speed, big strides. If he gets ahead of the defender, if Peyton Hill can get him the football,
they're
it's
not
over.
going to catch him, that's for sure.
Well, now because of the missed 2-point conversion earlier, Big Red's going to go again for 2 points. They're going to move the ball over to the hash mark, And Wheeling Park has to be thinking, what happened? We had the ball. We were a yard from a first down. All of a sudden, we get a stop. We get stopped to a 5-yard loss. It's 4th and 5. You get a player ejected, and boom, it's a touchdown.
Momentum change.
Yep. Batenhill to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. More time. Waiting. Looks, and it is incomplete. So Big Red grabs 6, but they can't grab 8. 12-7 our score. 7:10 to go. Second quarter play from Harding Stadium. Big Red and Wheeling Park. This is a dandy. Stay with us. And welcome back, everybody. Friday night rivals. Wheeling Park 7, Steubenville Big Red 12. Steubenville Big Red answering the first 7 points from Wheeling Park. The Patriots have played an outstanding ball game, but the last couple of minutes of this game, Coach, it got a little crazy. And here we go with Batenhill looking downfield for Inky Jones.
After the big stop and the penalty, Big Red goes up top, and boy, what a momentum change. And, that's what Big Red's been looking for, being down early in this football game.
Austin Roberts out to kick off. He lines it up at the 40-yard line. And he's going to go high, end-over-end kick. It's going to come down to Hawkins at the 15-yard line. He's going to try and go all the way across the formation. He's got across the formation, but he goes down. Ball's loose. Ball is loose on the ground. Big Red after it. Wheeling Park after it. The officials say his knee was down. Play was over. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31. The head referee said, "Nope, we're going right here. We're all set."
That's it.
But you can sense when Hawkins has the ball, everyone's on edge.
Everybody's on
Wheeling Park's on edge because here we go. We're going to break a big one. Big Red's on edge. Oh, we got to wrap him up because he's going to break one. So he is a threat every time he gets the ball.
He's one of the few guys you can tell him to run across the field. Anybody else, if it's kicked here, you get towards the goal line. But he got enough speed to run across the field, maybe find something.
You see the signals coming in. Yeah. We've got sunglasses. We've got below the knees. And we've got a handoff and a run play, and that is stopped quickly. Hopkins coming up, number 10, and making the stop on the carry for Wheeling Park. It is Brandon Mundy, a senior running back, 5'10", 190 pounds.
We'll see the replay again. It's just inside zone, but tackle to tackle, I'm not sure if Park has crossed the line of scrimmage in this ball game.
There's a good look at Hopkins, linebacker, fine linebacker, running back for Steubenville Big Red. Phillips to throw, looks in the seam, has Hawkins. He's got open field, but tackling in space, as they said, that was one of the keys. Inky Jones makes the stop out near midfield.
He is really quick. I mean, he was 15 yards down the field, the uncovered receiver, and just threw it underneath to him.
So Wheeling Park grabs the first down. Out at the 47-yard line, clock down inside of 6 minutes to play here in about 8 seconds in the quarter. As you take a look at Hawkins, then you take a look at Phillips. And swing it outside to James, and James has a lot of company, and none of them are in the right color.
No, you can see 5, 6, 7 guys from Big Red there. A lot of red shirts. Of course, our man number 73, Harper, was one of the first ones there. Looks like he has fun playing football when he's out there.
Absolutely. There's Sims, number 21. Second down and 14 from the 44. Phillips communicating the play call. They're going to call offside, so I thought we had a pretty motion penalty. I didn't really see anything, Coach.
No, I didn't either.
We had that high angle shot, and I saw the defensive lineman kind of roll a little forward, but wasn't in the neutral zone, and I didn't see anybody on Wheeling Park here.
I didn't either, but
they've got a better view than we do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they have one shot at it.
That's it.
And that's it. Really think about it, some good officiating in the Ohio Valley.
We have very good officiating in the Ohio Valley. Those guys won't believe that I said that about them.
I've seen you talk to them about their officiating in the Ohio Valley.
But no, they've done a wonderful job.
Phillips swings it outside. Almost interception and almost caught for a touchdown.
That would have been a highlight play.
Everything all in one. Inky
Yep.
Jones had the first shot at it.
Right, and I thought he was going to come down with it.
Yep, and then Brian had it in his hands and it went incomplete. Oh, let's take a look at that one again, Coach.
Yeah, it looks like a throw, but through his hands and through his hands. That could have been disastrous for either team.
Yep. Then just falls incomplete.
We have a penalty there.
That's against Big Red, and it'll be a first down for Big Red. Or pardon me, first down for Wheeling Park off the Big Red penalty.
It must have been roughing the passer.
4:45 to go in the quarter. 1st and 10, and Park on the move. Park with a touchdown. They take the lead back. Stevens to the near side. Phillips will roll far side. Looks outside and overthrows everybody. No one really open on the play. Hawkins and Brian, the intended receivers. And I say intended because you're going to split the difference between them, Coach.
Yeah, I think he's just getting rid of the football there, which was a smart move. Getting pressure. Big Red had good coverage. So the Phillips, throws the ball out of bounds. He's just done an outstanding job running this offense today.
He really has. He's played very, very well in the first half of play. Great night for a high school football game. We have a good one, Coach, and we're happy to bring it to everybody live on WTOV 9.
It's been a great, great football game.
Money's got some running room. He's got a first down and a good gain there as he quick little hitter up the middle. He's going to pick up a first down out near the 30-yard line. Officially, we spotted down at the 32. And Wheeling Park on the move with another first down. We take another look at it, Coach.
Inside zone. This is the first positive running play they've had tackle to tackle, and it's been a good one. They gained about 12 yards or so. Gives them the first down.
And if the run game can go at all, it opens up the passing game even more.
Well, it looks like everybody's pass rushing coming upfield. Gives you those run lanes inside.
1st and 10 for Wheeling Park. 4:10 to go in the second quarter. Play they trail at 12-7. Phillips to throw again. Hawkins on the reception. Hawkins with some running room, but he's going to be wrapped up inside the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 19.
Phillips to Hawkins through the slant route to the open area, and good tackling in the open field.
Edwards on the stop, number 15. Hikem Edwards. So 1st and 10 as Wheeling Park continues to move down the field, responding to the Big Red touchdown.
They've done a real nice job throwing the football.
Intended receivers, Hawkins, and it falls incomplete.
Right, similar route as the previous play.
Coach, I don't know if you saw it at the end of the play. James was standing in the middle of the end zone, just waving his arms. I was open. I was open.
Well, you can't see them all.
WMC Breast Care Center, pink zone. Wheeling Park. Set up 2nd down and 10. Big Red bringing the blitz. They don't get there. Outside, it is incomplete off of the hands of Stevens. And then it hit Inky Jones in the hand. He didn't even realize he was there.
Right.
And it falls incomplete.
That's another one of those double touches. That's the second one we've had here in this drive.
Inky Jones involved in both.
In both of them. Off his hands and off his shoulder pads.
He's thinking, man, give me third chance, because that third time's a charm.
That's it.
Brenton Inky Jones. He has a touchdown tonight. Had 2 touchdowns last week. Now playing defensive back and inside handoff again. Monday has it. He'll be down to about the 16-yard line. Quick little hitter.
And that's two positive running plays in a row. One was a zone to the left. This was a zone to the right. Big Red's rushing so hard upfield to defend the pass. You can see him coming up, creates those run lanes.
Ostevich comes down the line.
What a good football player he is.
4th and 6. Big play here for Wheeling Park. Big opportunity deep inside Big Red territory. Big Red defense looking for that stop as Wheeling Park taking their time with the play call. Clock down to 6 seconds. It looks like they're going to call timeout.
Yep.
And think about it. Talk about it.
That's 4th down. It's a tough situation to be in right now.
Coach, coming up at the half, it's the Wendy's halftime show with Ed DiOrio. He's going to bring you highlights from across the Ohio Valley and much more. It is the halftime show with Ed DiOrio, Wendy's halftime show on WTOV9. Coming up in just about 2 minutes and 42 seconds of game time. Real time, we don't know. We don't know, depending on timeouts, but Ed will have all of your highlights from around the Ohio Valley or from games around the Ohio Valley at halftime and much more on the Wendy's halftime show. All right, Coach, 4th and 6. What do you hit me with? What do you have? What's in the playbook for
if you kick the field goal and you make it, you're down by 2, and that gives you another field goal to put you in the lead. But you're playing Big Red, and they're going to score more than 12 points. So I'm not sure they even considered kicking the field goal. I think right now they're probably going to try to go to the end zone, get the touchdown.
They'll line up 3 on the near side will the Patriots.
And we have an uncovered receiver clear down to the inside, so that might be the hot call on this one.
That is James, number 5, and it's going to be Hawkins coming across the middle, and Hawkins is going to be taken down back behind the 10-yard line, short of the first down. That will be he's short of the first down. Short. That's going to be Big Red football as they stop Wheeling Park on 4th down.
Both teams are pointing in their direction, so let's see what the officials seem to think here.
Did he get across? I guess the big question is, did he get across the 10 with his momentum? And that's where they're going to give him forward momentum. But he's right along the 10. It's going to be real close.
It's going to be close. Let's see.
I mean, the outside, the official on the outside was a good foot above where the other official was going to mark it. So, and it is short. So Wheeling Park turned away. Big Red gets the stop.
Boy, that's a big momentum lift for Big Red, and a letdown for Park right here before the half. If Park scores, going in with maybe less than 2 minutes.
And Hawkins he's thinking, I'm going to make that dip around the defender, and with my speed, I'm going to get that first down and more. Where maybe if he just goes forward and goes north and south, he's going to get that extra yard.
So many of the young ones we've talked to is get your first down, get a new set of downs. Every play isn't a touchdown.
But when you have that electric speed, you're thinking, I'm going to beat him. Rodney James Jr. I should say. And they push forward, and he finally is taken down.
He's a strong 190.
Yep. 2:18 to go. Big Red with 3 timeouts remaining.
Well, we saw him last week with about 2 minutes to go and go 70 yards or whatever it was. Let's see if they can do that this week.
James Jr. again tries to go over the tackle. We have an injured Big Red player. He's shaken up. That is Greg Mamula, number 66, the center.
The center. You hate when your center, you hate when anybody gets hurt, but that quarterback-center exchange will be different if they have to replace the center.
And Mamula is going to go off as quickly as he can. And he is hurting on that ankle. And he gets off to the sideline, and then Big Red with a hard count from Phaeton Hill on 3rd and 4. Wheeling Park looking to stop and possibly get the ball back if they can. They have a timeout left as well, and it is going to be nowhere near first down on 3rd and about 3.
Park calls timeout.
They'll stop the clock with 1:17 to go. With Bozica on the carry, number 23.
They run their counter play, which has been successful for them all night. And Park read it very well.
Devon Rayford came up, number 54, and really got him in the legs. And Bozika's a big running back, about 235, I think he's listed at. You hit him in the legs, you've got to go low on those bigger guys.
You've got to go low, yep. And, of course, Park's going to call timeout now, force Big Red into a punt situation. And get the opportunity. We think. Okay.
Coach Reno, you never know.
How about forces it into a fourth down situation? That's the way we'll call it tonight.
Brandon Kinney is the punter for Steubenville Big Red. 1:17 left in.
I see Coach Pomp out there counting people.
Yep.
So I figure they're going to punt the football. Or at least they're going to send the punt team out.
Look at the Big Red band in the stands. Zach Smith, number 16, the long snapper for Steubenville Big Red. Also plays quarterback. Snap is good. Kinney gets it away. Low line drive kick. Fair catch called for at the 43-yard line.
1-1-1.
6 seconds off the clock, so 1 minute and 11 seconds for Wheeling Park to get something going offensively, and they were close last drive. They have an opportunity now, perhaps before the end of the first half, to grab that lead back from Steubenville Big Red.
They still have a timeout, so...
Coach, two teams have met 14 times. Big Red 13-1 advantage in those matchups. Wheeling Park love to get a road win at Harding Stadium.
Boy, wouldn't they?
Right now they have an opportunity to perhaps grab the lead here in the second quarter. They won a
big game last week. And
Hawkins open. Phillips finds him at the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, stops the clock.
1:04 left on the game clock. And you just see, a little out pattern from Hawkins, and he found him.
Right. Phillips rolling to a good enough athlete to get to the perimeter and throw the football. Again, they're running deep and underneath and putting that secondary in the bind.
Ivan Buggs on the stop for Steubenville Big Red. Hawkins and James uncovered. And now Phillips flushed out of the pocket, looks downfield, and it is incomplete off of the hands of the intended receiver, Stevens. And I think if he gets his hands on that, his feet are in bounds. I think he has a catch. Tough catch.
Yeah, he had to stretch out just beyond his fingertips. We'll see the replay here. Again, Phillips running away from the pressure and just reaching. He's got to struggle with his feet inside the line, or he may make that catch.
Icky Jones throws an arm up there. Bazika trying to catch Phillips. Phillips finds some time with his feet. Second down and 10. 56 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Big Red leads it 12-7. Phillips is going to step up. He's going to run it. Has some room. Slides down at about the 25-yard line.
Calling timeout. No.
Clock running.
Clock's running.
Inside 40 seconds to go now. Clock still running inside 35 seconds to go. They don't want to leave any time on the clock. Third down and 4 at the 25-yard line. Phillips to throw, looking outside to Stevens, has him. Defender falls down, and he's knocked out of bounds. He'll have the first down at the Big Red 13-yard line. 23.2 seconds left in the first half of play. Wheeling Park, coach, they don't have any more timeouts.
Okay. So he's got shots to the end zone or to the sideline. Can't catch the ball in bounds. He had to come up and spike it, stop the clock. And they may be considering a field goal at some point here.
23 seconds, a lot of time from inside the 20-yard line. Phillips is going to roll near side. Looking. He's got Stevens. He's knocked out of bounds, pushed out of bounds.
Stops the clock.
Pardon me, check that. It's Hawkins who makes the catch, number 4. He is pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
16 seconds. A lot of time.
Should be able to get a full 3 plays off.
Oh, yeah. especially with what they're doing. They're rolling,
Yep.
throwing the ball, to the sidelines. And
The one thing you can't do is get sacked. WMC Breast Care Center pink zone, a sack would be devastating because they can't stop the clock, and they're not going to get everybody back to the line. Well, Wheeling Park's not worried about that. The men up front for the Patriots, they're going to give Phillips time. That's what they're planning to do here on second down. And a look to Hawkins, and he is knocked down inside the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 2-yard line. Clock stops with 11 seconds to go.
They're going to spike the football. No, he's not. He can't spike it from back there.
It's an incomplete pass is what they're calling it. Coach, you're about to say you can't do that from that formation.
Weren't be able to do that before. That would have been called intentional grounding before. Now you could take it from under center and spike it, but in the past.
All right, 6.4 seconds to go. Big Red on top, 12-7 here at the end of the second quarter. Wheeling Park on the move. Second down and goal from the 2-yard line. They have no timeouts. Phillips in the gun by himself. 5 receivers split out. Phillips rolls to the far side. Phillips on his feet, looks inside the end zone. Incomplete, flag at the goal line. Incomplete is the signal. And what is the flag? Wheeling Park is saying it's going to be against Big Red.
Still, there's going to be 1.9 seconds on the clock. They got one play, one way or the other. It's just going to put them halfway to the goal. Pass interference. This is what makes coaches old.
Sending the kicking unit up.
We talked about.
Well, Coach Stockers made the decision. Unless
right.
Something trick up your sleeve.
Maybe. It's a good time to run fake.
Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Aiden Forgot, he gets the 3 points on the board for Wheeling Park, so we will go to halftime, Coach. 12-10. Steubenville Big Red on top of the Wheeling Park Patriots in what was a very entertaining first half of football.
Oh,
make sure you stay tuned for the Wendy's halftime show with Ed DeOria. We'll be back. And welcome back to Harding Stadium, everybody. Bill Phillips along with the coach, Tony Filberto. You are watching Wheeling Park and Steubenville live on WTOV9. We are pleased to bring it to you. We're just about a minute away from starting the third quarter of play. And, Coach, what a finish to the first half. Big Red grabs the lead. It's 12-7. Then Wheeling Park comes down the field. They have a decision to make. Do they go for the touchdown? Do they kick the field goal? They decide to kick the field goal. They cut it to a 2-point game, 12-10. And I'm sure at halftime, a lot of people talking about that decision to go for the field goal. They got the points. Let's take a look at the 3 touchdowns so far in this one. And we'll break it down, Coach.
But here's Phillips saying, early in the game, he throws a jump ball. James, great concentration, makes a catch, puts him up 6-0. Rodney James.
Great hole.
Great hole. That line up front's doing a great job. And here's the big play.
Inky Jones on the reception. He's going to outrun everybody to the end zone. Big Red failed on 2 two-point conversions. A little bit of a surprise the first one that they went for 2. Maybe they saw something, wanted to try something, didn't work out, and then they went for 2 again, had a penalty. They did not convert on either one. That's why they're at 12. And then Wheeling Park at the end of the half at about the 1-yard line or so with a second to go. They had one more opportunity if they wanted it. They decided to kick the field goal. Did you like that decision? Where are you leaning on that?
Well, you could ask me at the end of the football game. In theory, it puts you down by 1 score. You're down 2 points. Field goal puts you ahead. But if you look at the other side of that, Big Red's probably not going to sit at 12 points at the end of the night. There's going to be points scored in this half.
And that's where we sit at 12-10. After one half of play, Big Red on top. Mitchell, number 17, back deep. Over Suriano, number 11. They stand at about the 5-yard line. End over end kick will come down to the 5. Suriano will take it at the 5, across the 20. Switches hands with the football out across the 25 and powers his way out close to the 30-yard line. That's where he'll be stopped.
It was a nice return. They had him bottled up to 25. He fought for the last 5 yards. 30-yard line. Both teams should be happy at the starting spot.
Quentin Bellis, number 19, on the tackle for Wheeling Park. Look, number 7. Peyton Hill, the young quarterback for Steubenville Big Red. Big Red will start 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line here to begin the second half of play. Rodney James Jr., and he is met at about the 32-yard line, shakes off the tackler and gets out to the 35. And that was a big hit delivered on the play, and Hill just went through it, or Rodney James Jr. just went through it. Thomas on the attempt to tackle number 45. They met, and Rodney James Jr. wins that battle.
Right, we talked to Big Red had to get this running game going early in this half, and they did it there. Big hit by Colton Thomas.
James Jr. again, big hole this time as he gets outside. Knocked down at the 45-yard line. Coming across and making a play. Now drawing with James Jr. I believe that's number 6 or number 8, number 6. And that's Eric Brothers, the linebacker.
Eric Brothers, good linebacker. Here's that stretch play. Rodney James runs so well.
Quick little throw outside Pierce, number 20. He's going to get out to about midfield before he's thrown out of down by Hawkins.
Fast screen, 5 yards, just good as a toss sweep to the perimeter.
Coach and Pierce, Big Reds, made the decision that we're going to commit to the run and we're going to run the ball.
Well, I mean, that's Big Red football. Yeah, they force you to defend the run, then they have enough speed to go vertical and throw you the football. So they're going to force Park to defend the run.
Wheeling Park, great set of linebackers, and see if they can slow down the run game. They're going to slow down the pass game as Peyton Hill is taken down, coming through. Colton Thomas, number 45.
Boy, he's had a good night.
And Trevor Howell, number 12, or number 11, I should say, a senior. He comes through and gets a piece of that sack as well. So those linebackers ready for the run, but very much ready for the pass and getting after the quarterback.
There's that play action pass that Big Red throws so well. Not often did they get sacked.
3rd down and 12 from the 43-yard line for Steubenville Big Red. First possession of the second half. Screen pass to Rodney James Jr. Makes one man miss, still on his feet. He's not going to make them all miss. Still on his feet. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Loses 4 yards. All the way back to the 35-yard line. Well, and now we've got a flag coming in late from deep in the secondary. It'll be interesting to see what the call is here.
I saw some jawing going on, some hand slapping and so on, but I'm not sure who this penalty is going to be on.
Peyton Hill's trying to get his offense together, and
Coach Stock doesn't look very happy
at all. Not at all.
Dead ball. Oh.
Against Big Red.
Big Red. I can't imagine Coach Stockhouse is real happy right now.
See if we can pick up what happened on the play.
Boy, Rodney James did a great job breaking these tackles, keeping his balance, looking for something. I didn't see anything. I don't know if you did.
Well, big stop for Wheeling Park as they grab the momentum defensively to force a kick from Steubenville Big Red. Kinney, number 43, back to punt for Big Red. He'll stand at his 7-yard line. High snap, brings it down, gets it away. End over end kick. It's going to bounce at the 45. Takes a Wheeling Park hop back to about the 41-yard line where it's finally down. We'll see where they officially mark it. Looks like at the 41. And that's where Wheeling Park will take over, 1st and 10.
Great field position for Wheeling Park. Start in Big Red's territory, get some momentum. Probably 4 downs. Keep the football looking for the 1st down there.
Stevens and Hawkins split to the far side of the field, near side. That is James and Sheila, number 10. Bundy in the backfield with Brett Phillips. A little delay handoff. Goes to Money. He's got some running room. He's got a 1st down and more before he's taken down at the 27-yard line.
I think they were expecting to throw. They ran a delayed draw and been real positive on this play a couple of times.
Yeah, you get Hawkins coming in motion as the snap's coming. That's going to grab everybody's attention.
It gets your attention. You have to know where he is at all times.
PNC Bank 1st down for Wheeling Park at the Big Red 27-yard line. 27-yard line, pardon me. And we have a motion penalty against Wheeling Park. Coach has that smile. Well, we got away with that one.
It's not often you're happy about getting the penalty.
Yeah. See, I want to know, Coach, if the 3 signal callers on the sideline, if they go home after practice, work on specific things.
Sure.
Phillips, they're working on that. Hawkins across the middle.
Touchdown.
Wheeling Park. Hawkins for the Patriots, and the Patriots grab the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
We got a good football game here tonight.
Phillips steps up and finds Hawkins basically running a post pattern, coming across. Coach, take us through it.
Yeah, with that kind of speed, you never want to let the defender inside of you. You say the sideline's your friend, you force him to the sidelines. He ran a slant pattern, short post pattern into the open area. Once you catch the ball in space, yeah, you're not going to bring him down before the end zone.
So 16-12.
Okay.
So Wheeling Park, they will line up to go for 2. James and Hawkins, they're going to flip sides, actually. And Phillips will take the snap. Hawkins is going to come across. Handoff inside and nothing doing on that play. Big Red ready for it.
Right, it's the same play that they ran successfully a couple of times earlier.
Hopkins looks like he's shaking up on the play. We'll have more on that when we come back. Right now, Wheeling Park on top over Big Red, 16-12, 3rd quarter. We're back with more after this. And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals, the Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals matchup featuring Wheeling Park and Steubenville Big Red, and the Patriots have just grabbed the lead. See it there on the WMC scoreboard as we take a look at the Kindness Camp. Good crowd on hand, Coach.
Nice crowd. Great night for football.
Wheeling Park with a 4-point advantage. Extra points have been interesting tonight. That would be good work for it. Big Red's gone for 2 twice, failed both times. Wheeling Park has tried, they failed.
They threw 2-point tries and none of them successful.
High end over end kick, and Mitchell is going to take it at the 10-yard line, cuts across the field, turns it up, and he is out across the 25-yard line, flag behind the play at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, looks like he's going to call a hold. Chop block. It's going to be half the distance.
The Big Red will have it 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line to start their second possession of the second half. PNC Bank first down. Coach, last drive started off establishing the run.
I still think they'll stay with establishing the run.
Rodney James Jr., and he is out across the 14, out close to the 14-yard line. It's a close to 4-yard gain on first down.
Right. I think they'll continue to run the football and just keep driving up through here. And at some point they'll pull up and throw the ball deep. But I think they'll run the football a number of plays in a row.
Hopkins in at fullback. And
got a whistle.
Offsides against Steubenville Big Red. Looked like one of the wide receivers may have stepped into the neutral zone while trying to line up.
I don't like that call. You should be looking to the sidelines, and that official should be telling you where you are. And so.
You really see that at every level of football, pros, college, high school. You'll see the receiver look, oh, am I too far? Move me back.
Help me.
I'm so far away from the ball.
And there's no impact on the game.
Looks like Thomas is coming, number 45. And Rodney James Jr. gets outside, stiff arm, and takes a shot, but he has a good gain on the play.
It looks like a first down.
And Thomas is yapping at the official, and he may have a case. Looked like he was held on the play when he came through. Take a look at it here on the replay. There's Thomas, 45, and he is wrapped up a little bit.
Yep. And stretch play, Rodney James. Big hit. Number 10 is Shelley.
First and 10, ball at the 21. Pierce in motion. And there is Thomas. He comes right through and meets James Jr. in the hole.
You have to start blocking the middle backer. He's made too many tackles where nobody's been blocking him.
He's 1-on-3 in that play, and that's not going to work. The Patriots have that one figured out. They will stop James Jr. on the outside, and it'll bring a third and long. Third and about 12 for Steubenville Big Red.
It's a tough position to be in. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Coach, super impressed with Wheeling Park's defense. They have really played well tonight. They get after the football, and they get there with bad intentions.
They've run to the football well. They're physical, so they've kept Big Red out of rhythm.
Baton Hill to throw. Looks outside. Kinney has it, and he will have first down yardage out to the 35-yard line. And Kinney, you see him on defense all the time. You go back to the Olentangy Liberty game. He had a 75-yard touchdown reception. So he's a reliable receiver in that offense.
He is a good tight end. He's been there a couple of years. They ran a little crossing pass. He found the open area, stopped, and said, throw me the football. Now, Colton Thomas just left the field because his helmet came off. So I assumed they were going to run the football. That's right.
Colton Thomas in there. Let's run
the football there. Then. Yeah, he's coming back on now.
If you're Wheeling Park, you're thinking, oh, come on. Let's get him back on the field because he has been sensational. Number 45.
He's been special tonight.
Wheeling Park, I mean, absolutely outstanding. And as we mentioned, a senior, linebacker, running back, and I think he crossed the running back off.
Yes.
He said, I just want to play linebacker.
Play this side, yeah.
Second down and 2 for Big Red. And James Jr. is going to have first down yardage across the 45-yard line, out close to the 47. And Big Red on the move. Big Red trailing Wheeling Park 16-12. And James Jr. looks like he took a pretty good shot. And he will be a decoy there on the play action. Peyton Hill throws it outside. Ivan Buggs in and out of his hands, off his helmet. And it falls incomplete.
I like the call. The runs work so well. Let's run play action, run a little bootleg from it.
We have a Wheeling Park Patriot down on the field. Apparently an injury at the 45-yard line. Hopefully just a cramp, nothing major. Looks like that's what it is.
Looks like it's
stretch
cramp.
out that calf. It looks like the officials are going to send the. We may have another player
Two of
from
them.
Wheeling Park down as well. Jacob Stewart, number 44. Fox College football Saturday at 1. And how about this one, Coach? A Big Ten matchup. Penn State travels to Wisconsin. The Nittany Lions and the Wisconsin Badgers, 2 top 20 teams in the country, and they will meet up Saturday afternoon. Penn State plays at Wisconsin at noon after, of course, the college football kickoff show on Fox 9. That starts at 10 o'clock. It's so big, they need 2 hours for it, Coach. Get you ready for the game. It's a triple header on Fox 9 tomorrow, Coach. You've got Penn State and Wisconsin. Then the Longhorns of Texas, they're playing Louisiana. People think Louisiana State. No, Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns, but they're ranked in the top 25. They're number 23.
2 teams out of Louisiana.
And then the nightcap, if you haven't had enough football yet, and you haven't, this is Saturday night, you want to watch some college football. How about these 2 programs? They don't match up very often. But man, the uniforms, the tradition, the history. LSU, the Tigers, Louisiana State going to the Rose Bowl to take on the Bruins of UCLA.
Great matchup.
Great matchup. It's a matchup of uniforms.
All 3 games should be good football games
absolutely.
to watch.
We've got a good one right here on a Friday night. 2nd down and 10 for Big Red. Out at their 47-yard line. They trail Wheeling Park. The Patriots grab the lead here at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. They lead at 16-12. Pierce goes in motion. Peyton Hill under center. The quarterback turns, hands to Ostovich. The big man, stiff arm, gets low and runs over a defensive back out across the 45 of Wheeling Park before he stopped. It'll bring up 3rd and short for Steubenville Big Red. 3rd and about 1.5 yards, 2 yards.
Well, he gets that 225 or 30 pounds rolling forward. He's tough to bring down. You don't want to be a defensive back tackling him.
Ostovich again right up the middle, and he's going to have 1st down yardage and more across the 40-yard line before he is taken down on the stop. That is Eric Brothers, and he has played a very good football game. Number 6.
Both of those linebackers from Park have done well. And Big Red is so blessed to have backs like Ostovich to come in to rest Rodney James.
1st and 10 from the 38, Ostovich. And the one thing you have to give credit to the defensive line coach, Isaiah, Huff, Rayford, Howell, and Stewart. They have done a great job of keeping the blockers off of the linebackers.
Yeah, because they're taking on double-team blocks, which is keeping the linebackers free. And with Brothers and Thomas there, they're going to make a lot of plays.
Good look at Peyton Hill, the southpaw quarterback for Steubenville Big Red. He looks over the sideline, gets the signal. 2nd down and 7 from the 35. Handoff. Gazika. And he spins out across the 30-yard line, about 1.5 yards on 3rd down for Big Red to gain if they want to keep the drive going. And, of course, at this point, it's 4-down territory for Steubenville Big Red.
Back here is 4-down territory.
Yep, it's true.
This run game is getting a rhythm to it now. And, they're bringing a number of backs, and those guys blocking up front are doing a great job.
Bozika.
Oh.
Bozika. Down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I love watching those big backs run hard inside, tackle to tackle. Watch him dip his shoulder, and boy, he put the hit on Colton Thomas here. That was a pretty good collision.
1st and 10 now from the 22 for Big Red. 2:44 on a rolling clock. as Peyton Hill is going to hand it off to the up man. Hopkins into the secondary, and he's across the 15-yard line for Big Red. And the ground game really starting to go. And the men up front for Big Red starting to push the way forward, and you start wearing out that defensive front, Coach.
That makes Big Red so good, and they're just so hard to defend in the second half. With that great ground game, they just wear you down.
Bazika to the outside, Bazika to the 10, Bazika to the 5. Touchdown, Big Red. A flag late. We'll have to wait and see what the call is. But Big Red celebrating in the end zone. Do they get to keep the points or no?
No, I think we're going to have a hold there.
Take another look at it here.
There's that ground game, stretch play.
Hands are inside.
Hands are inside.
Hands are inside. What we're talking about, Coach, explain hands are inside the shoulders.
It's pretty tough to call it in there, but I'm sure with a closer view, they made the right call.
Well, what happens now is Big Red has it, second down and 4. James Jr. back in the ballgame. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Big Red. No flags on this one, and it looked like they ran the same play, Coach.
Similar type play, same side.
And there is Man of War, the freshly painted mascot of Steubenville Big Red.
Pulling the backside lineman, lead with the fullback, and put the ball in Rodney James's hand.
Coach was getting ready to do the noon newscast, and I received a call that Man of War was being painted today. So we were able to use one of our tower cams and get a shot of it.
There you go.
Everybody's gussied up. Austin Roberts in for the extra point. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it is good. And Big Red increases their lead to 19-16. We'll take a timeout. Back with more right after this. And we are back at Harding Stadium in Steubenville, where Big Red is playing host to Wheeling Park in what is turning into a sensational high school football game. Third quarter of play. Big Red has just regained the lead. There's a look at Man of War, the mascot for Steubenville Big Red. And as I'm sure most of us have seen in the Ohio Valley, when a Big Red player scores a touchdown, Man of War shoots that fire out of his mouth. And it is something to see. And today all gussied up, fresh paint.
Looks good.
Looks tremendous. Big Red right now with the lead as Hayden Hicks comes in, and he's going to send a squib kick down about the 20-yard line, fielded there by James, and he'll be stopped at the 30-yard line. And it looks like we have another Wheeling Park player cramping up on the field, and now we have some talking over on the other sideline. Everybody should just come over and let's play some football.
We have 2 Wheeling Park guys down right now. This one looks like cramps for sure.
Can't get a number on either player. Let's see what we get. Well, that's Thomas cramping up, number 45, and that would be devastating for Wheeling Park if he would have to leave the game for an extended period.
Sure.
And can't quite make out the other player that's down on the field being attended to. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Looks like Thomas, it is literally a cramping situation, so hopefully he can get some liquids in him. And, it's one of those things you hear coaches say all season long. Hydrate. And I always tell the story, Coach, about going to Steelers to cover the team, and you're at practice, and at the beginning of the week, they hand out garbage bags full of Gatorade and water, and they're expected to drink all of that by the end of the week so they don't have the cramping situation. And for the life of me, I cannot remember them cramping, and I was there for 15 years. All right, I need to read a promo now.
Go ahead.
Let's just stop telling the story.
Go ahead.
Sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna do Thursday Night Lights. All right, here we go. Next week on Thursday Night Lights, we will feature Union Local, the Jets, playing the Harrison Central Huskies. It'll be live. You can watch that game on Fox 9 at 7 next Thursday. Let's see if we can get it. Is that James? I'm not sure what number that is over there. I don't think. No, James is out on the field. Just trying to get a number of the player that was.
Can't find him.
He was walking down the sideline with a trainer. Number 7. That's Brian. He had a couple of catches earlier in the game. He's involved in some plays, so he's a critical backup on defense and on offense for Wheeling Park. So not sure exactly what happened to him as Wheeling Park loses yard on first down, but that could be critical for Wheeling Park later in the game. Never want to see any of the players go out with injury. Second down and 11, ball at the 30 for Wheeling Park and the Patriots on their last drive, Coach. They did exactly what they wanted to do on every play. They well thought out, made a lot of big plays. See if they can do that again as they try and regain the lead. They're down 3, 19-16. Phillips steps up, pressured. He's going to throw it a little bit too high. Stevens can't reach it.
A lot of pressure.
This is when I would imagine, Coach, you've gone through the spring, you've worked out, you've gone through the summer. Who's in the better condition? You know, it's that fourth quarter comes and these guys been playing hard.
You've got to be in shape. In the games I've seen this year, coaches have done a great job. We haven't had a lot of kids go down because, and we've had some hot ball games the last 2 weeks.
The two of us were a sweaty mess last week.
We were sweaty.
Phillips to throw on third down. That is a backward lateral.
Backward.
That's a live ball. And it will be marked down at the 22-yard line. So Wheeling Park will lose yardage. And Phillips fortunate that it didn't stay in bounds, because if Big Red had recovered it, it would have been a Big Red recovery. But it is a backwards pass, backwards lateral. And James lets it go. And and it goes out of bounds. But that should, if that's recovered by Big Red, that's their football.
And, coaches on both sides of the ball, when that ball's thrown on the ground over there, go covered. You never know when you're going to get the call.
Wheeling Park in punt formation. Fourth down and 11 at the 22. Rolling snap. Knee may have been down, and there's the whistle. The knee for the kicker was down on the snap. And that is going to be a downed ball at about the 9-yard line. That's just a natural reaction from the kicker. You go down to field the ball. We take a look at it, Coach. And
that's it.
That's something that when you work with kickers, you try and remind them, don't put your knee down on the ground.
Boy, there it is.
But he's also been told, I'm sure through Little League and everything else that he's played, get down and block the ball. Don't let it get away from you. So that's just a natural reaction. He's in a tough spot.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's tough for the kicker. He's probably an infielder playing baseball. Does get down and protect the ball.
Well, now it's on Wheeling Park's defense. Can they get another stop?
This would be a big momentum lift if they could. I see a penalty flag. Another sideline.
Is that the second sideline?
That's the second sideline.
So after 2, it costs yards, doesn't it?
Yeah, but at some point, it's on the head coach, and it could be a problem. If they get a third, it's a real problem for the head coach in West Virginia now.
Well, it looks like it was a 5-yard penalty.
First time it's a warning, then a 5-yard. I think the third one is a 15, and at some point the head coach ejection.
First and goal from the 14th for Steubenville Big Red. They're in the WMC Breast Care Center pink zone. Handoff. Rodney James Jr. into the secondary. Has some running room. Touchdown.
Great run. That's why that kid's Division I. You see the cut that he makes inside.
And a tough break for Wheeling Park
it is
on the
tough.
punt snap.
They've played so well.
But Big Red does what great teams do. They take advantage of it right away.
Right. Consistency on offense. You make your plays on special teams and defense. And Big Red's done that.
Austin Roberts attempts the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Zach Smith, good job getting that ball down. Liam O'Brien on the snap. And suddenly 26-16 with 57.3 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Coach, it just seems like in this quarter, Park got the lead, but then since then, whenever Big Red's had an opportunity to take advantage of something, they have.
Well, Big Red's come out in the second half with the attitude that we're going to take control of this game. We'll take a look at this, and there's their basic play. Fullback kicks out, pull the guard, and, of course, Rodney James makes 2 nice cuts and puts the ball in the end zone. Big Red is, taking over this football game at this point, momentum-wise. They've done what they planned on doing.
Now, for Wheeling Park, how do we get things going again? Do you make a concerted effort to get to Hawkins? The speed game again, get him outside.
Absolutely. I think they continue doing what they're doing because it's not a panic mode.
It's been successful.
It's what they've been doing all night is throwing the ball to the perimeter, throwing the ball downfield, running draws with the back. So continue doing what you're doing.
Austin Roberts will kick off. Hawkins not out on the field to return this kick, and it'll come right down the seam, and it'll be James at the 30 on his feet. He'll be stopped at the 29-yard line. And now some more pushing and shoving over on that sideline. Right. You never like to see that because it's a real congested area over on that far sideline. So guys start to push and shove. The next thing you know, it's like just get out of there, go play the next down.
Right there on the sidelines, and the sideline short over there. Anyhow, so you get too many people around the football.
All right, Wheeling Park down 10, 48.3 seconds to go, so plenty of time left in this ball game. Stevens split to the far side. James, Sheelick, but Hawkins is not on the field. The biggest threat in the ball game, but suddenly, all of a sudden, Sheelick at midfield, still on his feet, and the ball's loose. And Big Red has it. Fumble at midfield, and Big Red grabs the football, and Big Red is on a roll, as they say, as they have things going their way.
They made a nice play. They ran a pick on the secondary, makes a nice catch, and unfortunately turned the ball over. Big Red, making a big play on defense now.
Taking another look at it here, Coach. Hikem Edwards is just slapping at the ball, rips it loose, and Siriano comes up with the fumble at midfield.
Yeah, that's something you practice, is a stripping the ball when you're tackling.
Rodney James Jr. to the outside, foot race, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. And momentum is all on the side of Big Red right now, and they are taking advantage.
They ran that power stretch to the short field to force the game to work upfield, and Rodney James does such a good job of that.
Big Red will call a timeout. 30.2 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. 26-16. Big Red with the football, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of Wheeling Park. All right. Coach, here we go. NBC NFL kickoff next Thursday, 8 o'clock. How about this one? The Cowboys, Buccaneers, Tom Brady, Dak Prescott. That's a great matchup opening night, Thursday night. And, a lot of people, they don't like the Cowboys. They don't enjoy watching them play the Buccaneers, thinking they might lose to the Buccaneers.
Hoping that Tom Brady beats them.
There's a lot of people around here don't like Tom Brady. I don't know if anyone around here is rooting for the Cowboys. I don't know.
How can you not like Tom Brady, though?
Oh, you know what? It's one of those things, Coach, where you want to see greatness. And sometimes I think people, they don't see it right in front of them. And when they do, and they finally realize that it was there, they missed it because they didn't pay close enough attention. Instead of complaining about things like that, enjoy the greatness.
I was talking with Dan Enich today, old coach at Weir High School. Brady has been in 10 Super Bowls.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Baton Hill. Rodney James Jr. into the secondary, still on his feet, inside the 10, takes a shot and knocked out of bounds. There was the U.S. Open. Rocco mediate and Tiger Woods were going out. Tiger Woods had to make the birdie putt on the last hole to force the playoff the next day. Now, Rocco's a Pittsburgh guy. I'm working in Pittsburgh, so we're all kind of pulling for Rocco. And someone said, what do you think's going to happen, Bill? And I said, he's going to make the putt. Against Rocco. I said, no, I want to see greatness.
Yeah.
And he put it in. He did what he's supposed to do. And it's the same thing with high school kids or whatever level you're at. Enjoy it. And a guy like Tom Brady, how do you not just enjoy that? I mean, you can think whatever you think about what his politics and anything else. But in terms of football, wow.
Here's the replay. Again, power stretch, pull the backside lineman, lead with the fullback, and Rodney James does a lot of it himself, carrying some tacklers and breaking tackles.
Well, you're talking about greatness tonight. Rodney James Jr. has turned it on here in the second half.
He sure has.
And we have an injured player down on the field. Looks like it may be another cramping situation for Wheeling Park, and it appears to be, I believe, number 72 down on the field. Might want to double check that.
Hayden Lewis, or it could be 73. Braden Hupp.
Appears to be just a cramp, which is good news.
Good thing, yeah. When you're watching a ball game, and you see a nice play, you want to congratulate the kid, even if it's not the team that you're rooting for. But you're seeing something a positive. It was number 73.
Yep. Braden Hupp, senior offensive and defensive lineman.
6'2", 306 pounds. Big kid. His legs out of hurt.
No, he just went over. And it's the end of the quarter. We went over. The team's coming off the field. He goes and he high-fives someone, and he starts to come back. And they're like, no, you got to go out.
Thinks he's coming back in.
I'm staying in. All right, clock is running, so it is going to run down on the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
So we are going to step away at the end of the quarter. Big Red on top, 26-16. Long way to go in this one. It has been a fantastic ball game to this point. Don't go away. It's Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9 live.
The Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals on WTOV9 is sponsored by Trinity Health System, Window World, West Virginia Northern Community College, First Choice America Federal Credit Union, Ohio County Schools, Wintersville Trophy Shop, Leon's Billiards and more, Belmont College, and WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital.
And we are back, everybody. 12 minutes to go in this one, fourth quarter. Bill Phillips, the coach, Tony Filberto, and Steubenville Big Red has a 1st and 10 at the Wheeling Park 10-yard line. Wheeling Park absolutely needs a stop right here. Big Red looking for a touchdown that might seal the deal. And we have a flag late as Rodney James Jr. goes down to about the 3-yard line. But a flag comes in. It may be in the area of holding.
It's a holding call. Negates a really nice run by Rodney James. Take the ball down to the 2.
Big Red once again, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, in the WMC Breast Care Center. Pink zone. Hopkins and Kinney will check out of the ball game for Steubenville Big Red. Coach, you lose 10 yards, but you open up the playbook a little bit more.
Just thinking this is a good time for them to throw some type of play-action pass, a bootleg.
Right into the gun.
They're right into the gun.
Ikem Edwards goes in motion. Pierce on the catch. He's got a seam. He's at the 5, and he is in. Touchdown, Big Red. And a flag comes in. Big celebration in the end zone.
I don't think Coach Kickoff's going to like that call.
And we will see.
I think they're going to call a block in the back. Hold.
The referee walks all the way across the right in front of Coach.
Yeah.
Hold him.
He's thinking, I shouldn't show him this. Let's see what we see.
I'm curious
Yeah.
if it was on the outside
Yeah.
because that's patty cake.
Yeah,
I mean,
on the
technically, you can call it. You can't put. But I think it may have been on the outside when
I
you
do
have
too.
the replay.
I do too.
I don't think they would call that one.
Yeah, because if they're going to call that one, you can call
You'd be here all
something.
night.
Yeah.
You'd be here all night. But a big momentum shift for Wheeling Park. Suddenly it's 1st and 10 at the 10. Wheeling Park now has Big Red
First
all the way back to the 27-yard line. So that is a help as they try and bring in some fresh troops.
And they can't get a first down. They got to get a touchdown.
Edwards goes in motion. Steps up in the pocket.
They got him.
Inky Jones, touchdown. Brenton Inky Jones, touchdown. Big Red.
It's 4 in 2 weeks. Good combination.
Back-to-back games, and he has back-to-back 2 touchdown games.
Talking to Coach Suckosh before the game, what a good receiver I thought this kid was. And he's long, he runs good routes, exceptional speed. He can play at the next level.
Senior, 6'2". And a bad combination there on the extra point attempt. It is no good. And it'll remain 32-16. Big Red on top. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to Friday Night Rivals, everybody. Bill Phillips along with Coach Tony Filberto and the entire crew from WTOV9. Proud to bring you Friday Night Rivals live on WTOV9. We'll have live games throughout the season. We are thrilled to be able to bring that to everybody here around the Ohio Valley. You take a look at the replay. Peyton Hill right down the hash marks, and he finds his man, Inky Jones, Coach.
Yeah, you got single coverage on Inky Jones. He's tough to defend. He's 6'2". He run, good catcher.
High end over end kick will come down to the 20-yard line, right on the 20. And Brothers will return it out to the 30-yard line, and it'll be Wheeling Park, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Kindness Camp, Trinity Health System Kindness Camp. Lots of smiles from young Big Red fans. A lot of youngsters wanting to get a little TV time tonight, Coach.
Yeah. They're dreaming someday it's going to be them out on this field, and some young kids are going to be watching them. We always talk about you're someone's hero.
Yeah.
So remember that. I think Rodney James' father was a pretty good baseball player over here in his day. I talked about Dan Enich before. They played together in 1983, made it to some World Series and so on.
There you go. Hawkins on the catch, and he's going to be wrapped up after a short gain, and it looks like he may have been banged up on that play.
Yeah, he got banged up a little bit earlier. It might have been cramps. And
Suriano with the stop, and now Hawkins takes the helmet off, and it looks like he may have an issue with cramping over on the far sideline. Both teams will head to the sidelines as they tend to Hawkins. And
let's get some water in these kids and hydrate them a little bit.
you look at the home side of Harding Stadium. Look at the press box. We're right there, Coach.
Yes,
right
we
there
are.
in the corner.
We look pretty good.
We can't see ourselves. That's why we look good.
Yeah, that's right. We have a face for radio.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Coach Doherty is telling his young men what to find a way back from 16 down.
Got to make a play. Got to make a big play somewhere. Yeah, I know we're early into the fourth quarter, but yeah, we're down 16 points, and which is a two-score game. So we need to make a play at some point. Then the defense got to come out and make a stop quick.
Take a look there, Coach. You see the names on the back of the helmets.
I do.
And it's interesting. Big Red had an opportunity. They came up with an idea, and the other programs may do this. But you sponsor a helmet.
Yeah.
So, if you're a Big Red fan, an alum, former player,
sure,
you purchase a helmet, and you get your name on the back of the helmet. And, for a lot of former players, I think it's something that they can give back to the program and provides, so it's an interesting idea. And it seems like, you'll see, who do I have here? You look them up. As, Coach Suckach likes to say, tradition never graduates. So.
Well, you see a lot of names on there that you recognize from the past also. And, it's a great idea. It keeps the tradition going and keeps you involved in the program.
All right, Coach, we're going to take a look at Wheeling Park's schedule. Not done with this one. Still in this ball game. They have an opportunity to get a win here still. Steubenville, however, with the advantage right now here at Harding Stadium. And they can take out St. Joseph University. A bye later on. Fairmont Senior, Morgantown, Musselman, Brook, and Parkersburg South.
That's no slouch schedule.
And John Marshall clipped off at the bottom of the schedule.
Right.
Phillips, high snap, manages to pull it down. Has pressure from Ostovich, gets away, looks outside. Stevens with a catch. You're looking for a big play, Coach? Here's your big play. Out to midfield before he is knocked down. And Thorne, number 45, comes into that pile of people with some authority and just knocks the whole pile down.
Well, we talked about we need a big play, and they're coming down like they're playing hard, and, they're not giving up on this football game. We're going to see the replay here. Phillips got away from the pressure and makes a great throw.
And Thorne shows up and just blows everything up. Stevens, the young sophomore receiver, number 2, that just made the catch. He's had a very nice game.
Yes, he has.
Phillips rolls right side. Getting some pressure up the middle. Ball's loose. Ball is still on the ground. Bazika trying to get on top of it with Ostovich, and it looks like Big Red has it. Indeed, they do. Kinney comes through, gets the sack. The ball comes loose. Big Red recovers, and they have it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of Wheeling Park.
We've talked all along. The formula to winning is consistency on offense, big plays on defense, big plays on special teams. Big Red's done those things tonight.
Coach Suckach told us for keys to the game, tackle and space. They were able to do that for the most part. Then on offense, they wanted to be able to have a great first step and not make mistakes. They've done that. And Wheeling Park here in the second half has made a few mistakes without it being able to secure the football, and Big Red's taking advantage.
You can't turn the ball over against Big Red.
Rodney James Jr. into the secondary stiff arm, and he is going to be in for the touchdown.
He's pretty good.
Touchdown, Big Red. Coach, we talked about conditioning a little bit earlier, and I'm not putting anything on Wheeling Park. But Big Red's conditioning, they still look fresh.
They look very fresh.
And now when you're pounding on people, it tends to wear them out. But Big Red's troops look pretty fresh as we move through this fourth quarter.
Well, we said all along, this running game just wears on you and wears on you and wears your guys down. And Big Red's fortunate enough to come 3-4 backs that are very, very good backs. And Rodney James is a superior back. So that's tough on the defense. And it makes it easier on your defense when your offense is out there controlling the game.
I believe that's Braden Huff, number 73, I believe.
Yeah, I think he cramped a little
bit earlier. Yep. So they will attend to him. And on the last extra point attempt, it looked like watching the extra point team come off of the field. It looked like there may have been some situation. The kickers in high school kick off a tee, a 1-inch tee, a 2-inch tee. They can kick as we take a look at Steubenville Big Reds, but it looks like the ball, or the indication was that the ball may have fallen off the tee. But we'll see what happens there. Here's a look at Big Red's schedule. So far, 2 wins, 41-7 over New Philadelphia and 22-7 over Olentangy. Now Wheeling Park tonight in a good position here in the fourth quarter to win. USO, Dover. And a lot of people think that's going to be a big test up in Dover because the Tornadoes have a lot of talent this year. Lindsley, DeSales, always a tough team, and they've taken down the schedule. I didn't read quickly enough. All right, here we go. Extra point attempt for Steubenville Big Red. They lead at 38-16. Austin Roberts on to attempt the extra point. Snap from Leon O'Brien. Smith gets it down. Kick is up, and it is good. And Big Red is up 39-16 with 9:23 to go. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this. And we are back at Harding Stadium. Bill Phillips along with the coach, Tony Filberto. 39-16 on the WMC scoreboard. It's Friday Night Rivals, brought to you by Bordis and Bordis. And we are proud to bring it to you live. We'll have live games throughout the 2021 season. Right now, Wheeling Park, they have been in a brawl with Steubenville Big Red. Park had the lead for quite some time, and the Big Red came back. They traded punches like heavyweights, and right now Big Red's starting to get the better of it. But what a matchup, what a game tonight, Coach.
It's been a great game, and sometimes a score is an indication of the game. This doesn't seem like a 23-point game right now, but, things happen so quickly.
End over end kickoff comes down to about the 12-yard line. Ooh. And Hawkins is going to be out to about the 30-yard line. He goes all the way across the field on the return. And that's where Wheeling Park will have it, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. So, Coach, we still have quite a bit of time here, sure. but Wheeling Park, as you project them down the road, this is a team that's going to win a lot of ball games.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Dock before the game. This game makes them better no matter what the outcome is.
Absolutely.
When they're playing in AAA in West Virginia, this is what they're going to see talent-wise once you get to the top levels and so on. And to be to the top levels, you have to compete with the Big Reds. And they've done that tonight.
And off, they're going to keep it on the ground, and it's going to be a short gain. Hey, Coach, I think you're absolutely right. It's one of those things where people make a big deal of they have 11 new players. Well, it is a big deal. You just don't come together in 1 week. So you win your first game and you win it in a fashion that brings the team together closer, and then you come to Harding Stadium and you go toe to toe with Big Red through 3 quarters, and all of a sudden, like, hey, we can do this. We've got some talent to do it.
I congratulated Coach Dock before the game on what a great job he and the staff have done, putting 11 new offensive players out there, winning a big game last week, and getting ready for this game. Look at the performance they put on tonight.
Yep. And then Big Red, as you look down the road for Big Red, they've got a couple tests coming up, but it seemed like always ready to get going.
They show no weakness right now. They run the ball, they throw the ball, they play great defense, they kick the ball pretty well.
And I think this, for that Big Red defense, if there's been a bugaboo, so to speak, or an Achilles heel issue with Big Red's defense over the past couple of seasons, maybe stopping the pass on a consistent basis.
Well,
but tonight, that's all they faced, and they came up with the stops. And the big thing is, as Coach said, they tackled in space. And a lot of times, last year there were a couple of games got away from them at the end because you weren't able to do that.
Well, talking with Coach Stuckwash a number of times, talking defense, you got to stop the run. The people are going to throw the football, they're going to get in space, and they're going to make catches. Let's stop the yards after the catch and make sure we don't let them run the football up and down the field against us.
And they've done that tonight.
Yeah, right.
Fourth down and 4 from the 37, and it's going to be a fake. Phillips has it. Phillips rolls. Phillips throws, and he has first down yardage depending on the spot. And now he doesn't have first down yardage. It looks like they're going to spot it at the 40-yard line, about a yard short, and it'll be Big Red football.
I like the call. You need to do something to really pick your team up, get you back in this football game. I think it's a good call. Unfortunately, what are they, half a yard short?
And like you've said this a number of times, not just tonight, other games too, but the coach is letting the players know, I have confidence in you.
Sure.
I believe in you guys. So just a very enjoyable ball game tonight to watch. Two really good teams, and they're gonna really do well this year, both teams.
They may need to run a fake punt another time. Well, they've practiced it tonight, if nothing else. It won't be a first time for them. And I see Coach Sekosh down there talking to his team. don't think this game is over now. Let's keep moving forward.
I think they might be making a few substitutions that you're going to see that are younger players that are going to get an opportunity here on offense.
Yeah, we watched the younger players last week, and they're pretty good themselves.
Absolutely. I think I've said absolutely 4 or 5 times now tonight. I'm going to have to,
pick a new one.
Yeah, I know. I'll give this thesaurus out. The last time I said, why did I say absolutely? It fits. You made a great point.
Yeah.
I was agreeing with you.
There you go. Just say, I agree. Oh, I like this back, this young kid.
Yep.
He's going to be a good one.
Xavier Fox.
Yep. Yeah, he's got tremendous
good speed. See if we can pick up some of the players that have checked in along that offensive line. Bryce Huff, number 78 for Steubenville Big Red. Junior, 6 foot, 275. He's into the secondary, looks to bounce it to the outside, still on his feet. And he's going to be knocked down at about the 25-yard line. Big gain from the running back.
First down gain. We said earlier, the speed that Fox has, he's going to be a major contributor even as this season goes on.
Finds the hole, and then he finds his blocker out in front. He's like, I'm going to follow my blockers. A little stiff arm, and then
that's back against the grain.
Yep. First and 10 from the 24. Clock moving, 6:20 to go. Handoff. First man through. That is Mullins, I believe. Elijah Mullins. Another sophomore, 5'9", 150 pounds. He also plays linebacker, and he's tough.
What I like is they're running their offense. They're doing the things at all levels. They're consistent. They're efficient. This fullback's running that up back play just like the number 1 fullback.
Helen Marshall, number 67. He's in at center. Fox again looking to get to the corner on the outside, and he gets tripped up. Nice play there defensively, and he's going to be just short of the first down. 3rd and 1 for Steubenville Big Red. Clock moving. Zach Smith, number 16, who also does the holding on extra points, and he long snaps on punts. He's in at quarterback, hands it off to Fox, and he's going to have a first down out across the 10-yard line. I'll bring up first and goal from about the 9-yard line.
60 entering the game.
Demetrius Lees.
77.
We just saw Peyton Hill over on the sideline. And standing next to him was Isaac Hill, who made that big catch on the first drive last week. He injured his shoulder, and he is still out. He may be out an extended period of time. We wish him the best. See if he can get back in short order.
They can use him later in the season for sure. Antonio Dawson just checked into the game. Big offensive lineman, just made a nice trap block.
Fox again down to about the 3-yard line. Number 17, Mitchell. We've seen him on defense and on special teams. Chase Kernahan, number 85, in at tight end. Smith all the way over on the sideline talking to the coaches. He hustles back. Play clock now under 10 seconds. Game clock also moving under 3:20. Fawkes again straight ahead, and he's in for the Big Red touchdown. David Fawkes. Touchdown.
Big Red's inside power play. Pull the backside lineman. Kick out with the fullback.
And it looks like Zach Smith will take a knee, as that is something that head coach Reno Suckdodge does when he has a game in hand. He doesn't want to add points on if he doesn't have to. And 3:16 to go, 45-16. Big Red on top here with a look at head coach Reno Suckdodge, the man in front of him with the headset on. You got to look at him, was Todd Phillips there. How about a ball? Yeah. What kind of ball player was he?
Oh boy,
he was fantastic.
He was terrific.
And now the defensive coordinator for Steubenville Big Red. He has to be proud of his defense tonight. All right, coach, take us into the coaches room.
Okay.
You're Wheeling Park tonight. You go into the coach's room. What's the conversation like?
The conversation. This game only makes us better. We got a long football season in front of us. This is the competition that we need to play if we're going to be competitive. Week 11, 12, 13, 14. We did a great job for 3 quarters. We got to eliminate the mistakes. Don't turn the football over, and play as well as we did when we played well.
And right now, going into kickoff for Steubenville Big Red, number 30, Hayden Brown. Sophomore, 5'7", 125 pounds. He has it teed up right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. His first varsity action at Big Red. Kick is up, and it is good. Bounces down to the 15-yard line, and now the coverage, and take it down at the 23-yard line. It looks like we may have a Big Red player shaken up down at about the 27-yard line. And the Wheeling Park training staff has headed out on the field to make sure players.
And that's a good thing. Yep. Closer to their sidelines, they'll be there first.
Did not get a number on the injured player. Hopefully he is okay, and they attend to him. Big Red training staff now and doctors, and head coach Reno Suckdodge out on the field as well as we take a look at Wheeling Park sideline. And Coach, I think you're going to see a lot of new numbers out on the field as well as Wheeling Park will get some experience. And that's the other great thing, Coach. Having an opportunity. I mean, you want to be the ball game right down to the end. You don't want to, but if you have an opportunity to bring some players into the game, it helps their development.
Absolutely. And I use your absolutely word.
It's okay. You can borrow it.
Okay, thanks.
Just say you're right.
You're right. They're bringing some kids in. They'll get. There's nothing like game experience. You can practice a lot. Nothing like game experience. So these kids will get better. Who knows? They may have to step into an active role later in the season, or prepare them for the future.
Hayden Montgomery, number 48, was the injured player for Big Red. Came off under his own power, so that's a good sign. Junior, 6 foot, 205 pounds. As Wheeling Park back with the football here with 3:05 to go and a handoff on first down. Max Wiley, number 21, on the carry.
We see a lot of fresh players out on the football field right
Number
now.
42, Cooper Blackburn, in at linebacker for Steubenville Big Red. There you see Mullins, number 25.
Aiden Manning, number 14, is out on the field at safety.
Smith, number 33, in at linebacker as well for Steubenville Big Red. Phillips still in at quarterback for Wheeling Park. And Wiley is going to get out for first down yardage across the 35-yard line.
Wiley on the carry brought down by Mullins.
Coach, I'll tell you what, Phillips, the junior quarterback, 6'2", 175 pounds, really getting his first varsity action this year. 2 games in, he looks like a player.
He's a good one. His brother was a good quarterback that played at West Liberty. Another brother was a receiver there. So they all grew up with football.
Brought down by Mullins.
I
meant to ask you, Big Red, you're in their coaching room. What do you talk? What's the conversation there about how you played in the win?
Well, I don't think Coach Suckoff should be happy with the way they come out early. They couldn't get into a rhythm offensively, and they expect that to come out and get that run game going early, and it really didn't work real well. So I'm sure he'll mention that, but overall, they hung in there, they battled, and took control of this game.
Wiley out across midfield and out of bounds at around the 45-yard line of Big Red. Chad Gardner checks in, number 82, senior, 5'10", 165-pound, offensive and defensive lineman. You can see 48, Caden Montgomery. He went back in the game. He was injured a little early, so he went back in.
He's
So that's
doing
good
okay
news.
then. Sure.
Yep.
I see 33 out there, Deshaun Smith.
Aiden Manning, number 14, in the defensive backfield for Steubenville Big Red, sophomore.
A lot of young guys getting playing time tonight. Probably our last play.
And it's going to be a first down for Wheeling Park. And that is going to do it, Coach.
We saw a good one tonight.
Yeah, entertaining ball game tonight. Steubenville Big Red improves to 3-0. Wheeling Park now 1-1 after 2 games this season. Our final score 45-16. It's Friday Night Rivals. Big Red on top, Wheeling Park 45-16. I'm Bill Phillips from Coach Tony Filberto and the rest of the crew.